Hi everybody, it's Indah Melindasari again, registered migration agent at ONEderland Consulting. I hope you are all keeping safe, sound and healthy. Please subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the latest information regarding Australian migration and visas. Alright, we get many inquiries regarding protection visas from people that are desperate to find ways to stay in Australia. And many of them don't understand the eligibility and restrictions set on protection visas. So today, we will be going through what you can and you can't do with these visas and who can get one. There are different types of refugee and humanitarian visas. However, here we will be discussing the Subclass 785 Temporary Protection Visa and the Permanent Subclass 866 Protection Visa. These visas are for asylum seekers and refugees that meet the definition of refugee as defined by the Migration Act 1958. You may also be granted these visas on complementary protection, meaning you may not meet the definition of refugee but still fall under the protection obligations of Australia. The department is very strict about this criteria, so it is best to be absolutely sure you meet them before applying. Okay, who is a refugee? The main aspect to the definition of a refugee, according to the Migration Act 1958, is proving a well-founded fear of persecution, basically meaning they are in immediate danger if they return to their home country. This well-founded fear of persecution must be based on one or more of the 5 reasons. Those reasons being 1. Race, 2. Religion, 3. Nationality, 4. Membership of a particular social group, or 5. Political opinion. The so-called well-founded fear of persecution is defined in the Acts as they fear persecution for at least one of 5 reasons specified in the Act. There is a real chance that if the person returns to their home country, they will be persecuted for one or more of those reasons. The real chance of persecution relates to all areas of their home country. At least one of the 5 reasons is the essential and significant reason for the persecution. The persecution involves both serious harm to the person and systematic and discriminatory conduct. A person must prove they are in danger of serious harm, which is defined as but not limited to a threat to the person's life and liberty, significant physical harassment of the person, significant physical ill treatment of the person, significant economic hardship that threaten the person's capacity to subsist, ability to survive, denial of access to basic services, where the denial threatens the person's capacity to subsist or ability to survive, denial of capacity to earn a livelihood of any kind, where the denial threatens the person's capacity to subsist or again ability to survive. This threat of serious harm must be ongoing, and that there is a real chance in the foreseeable future it will occur. If there is an area of your country where you may live and not be in danger, then you may not be eligible. This is also true if there is another country that you have a right to enter and reside in which you do not fear persecution or significant harm. They must take all possible steps to exercise that right. If you do not, you might not be considered as a refugee. Complementary protection. Complementary protection is protection for those who are not refugees according to the Act, but who can't return to their home country because they will suffer certain types of harm which engage Australia's other protection obligations. A person can be granted a protection visa on the basis of complementary protection if there are substantial grounds for believing that there is a real risk the person will suffer significant harm if they were removed from Australia to their home country. Significant harm is different to serious harm. It is defined by arbitrary deprivation of life, the death penalty, torture, cruel or inhuman treatment or punishment, or degrading treatment or punishment. Let's move to Subclass 785, the Temporary Protection Visa. This visa, unlike the Permanent Protection Visa, is for people who have arrived in Australia without a valid visa or illegally and wish to seek asylum. This visa allows you to live, work and study in Australia temporarily for around 3 years, gain access to Medicare and Centrelink, have access to counseling for trauma or torture when required for a short term, access to free English language classes, travel overseas only if permission is obtained. You may include family members for this visa. However, they must be with you in Australia at the time of application. They must meet the eligibility requirements as well. The eligibility family members included are spouse or de facto partner, dependent child or stepchild, dependent child or stepchild of the family head's partner, other dependent relatives of the family head. And to be eligible, you must, as defined by the Migration Act 1958, be a refugee or meet the Complementary Protection criteria. Visa condition 8570. This is a restricted travel. Applies to this visa which restricts your right to travel. You can't travel to your home country under any circumstances, and you can only enter any other country if you have compassionate or compelling reasons for travel, and you have been given written approval by the department to travel before you leave Australia. Now, let's move to Subclass 866, which is a Permanent Protection Visa. This visa is a permanent and offers immediate permanent resident when granted, and is for those who have arrived in Australia on a valid visa but are now seeking protection or asylum. This visa allows you to live, work and study in Australia permanently and sponsor eligible family members for permanent residence through the offshore Humanitarian program. The eligible family members included are spouse or de facto partner of the family head, dependent child or stepchild, dependent child or stepchild of the family head's partner, and other dependent relative. To be eligible, you must, as defined by the Migration Act 1958, be a refugee or meet the Complementary Protection criteria. You must meet the requirements regarding security, identity, character, and health. You must also not have held any of these visas previously. The Protection Visa Temporary, Subclass 785, Safe Haven Visa, the Subclass 449, the Temporary Humanitarian Consent Visa, 786, and Safe Haven Enterprise Visa, 790. Visa Condition 8570, restricted travel, applies to this visa as well, so which restrict your right to travel, and you cannot travel to your home country under any circumstances, and you can only enter any other country if you have compassionate and compelling reason for travel and you have been given written approval by the department to travel before you leave Australia. If you do not meet these requirements, or if you honestly feel in danger in your country, then this visa could be a lifesaver, an opportunity for a better future. But just be aware that this visa should not be abused as a way to stay in the country if you do not know about the visa or meet the requirements. A refusal of a protection visa application will make your future applications very difficult and the long AAT appeals process can be very costly and time-consuming. In the end, you may end up much worse off than before your application. So before applying for a protection visa, please do your research or consult with a migration agent, registered migration agent, to see if your case does meet the requirements. Well, that's all for now. Obviously, we can't go through every little detail involved in the process, but don't fear. We are here to answer any questions and are ready to assist you with any of your visa inquiries. You may also leave a comment in the comments section, and our advisors will be there for all your visa needs. ONEderland Consulting is here to help you. As always, thank you for watching.